Hey everyone, it's Precious Pioneer. It's been a while, so how have y'all been? I hope well. I've been doing a lot of things lately. I've moved, I'm in a new location, I'm in around DC area, Springfield, Virginia. But I've been good, I hope y'all have been good. I basically wanted to keep making a few YouTube videos every now and then to kind of maybe offer you guys a Cliff Note version of what I talk about on my podcast. It's called Precious the Foodie. It's streaming on all of your social media platforms and Spotify and Stitcher and all of that. So if you're interested, yeah, go ahead and check it out. Basically, it's a foodie podcast. It still has my heart and soul into it. Anything related to food is what I'll be covering. I feel like I'm a foodie in every sense of the word. I care about what I eat, how it affects our body, the agriculture, how it impacts the environment, our economics. I love every aspect of food, and I kind of just wanted to have a podcast that kind of showcased that and offer you guys a source of me and a source of information where you can kind of get where I'll answer relatable questions that everyone, and me included, the community may have, what is organic, or why are there 27 different varieties of cranberry juice at a grocery store, all these random questions that we seem to have about food, but I feel like nobody's really answering them. We'd have to look them up, but it's also, we make food decisions based on what we're marketed towards, and I kind of wanted to draw away from that and kind of just pull straight facts. And so basically, yeah, that's a little spiel for that. But my podcast just released today, Wednesday, October 23rd, and the intro is called An Intro to Fuel or Food. Sorry, I have my little notes here because it's Spark Notes, but I want to remember and give you good information. So yeah, my very first episode is called Intro to Food or Fuel. And basically it's I feel like before we dive deep into everything that food is, we have to kind of start with the basics. And so I have 5 little cliff notes for you to remember just in case you didn't watch my podcast or listen to it, I mean. So number 1, food nourishes our body, which everyone kind of knows, but doesn't really know because food has developed into something way more. But basically, essentially at the very foundation, food nourishes our body and helps us to prevent getting sick, but can also cause us to get sick depending on what kind of food we're taking in, which is number 2. Food is more involved. Oh yeah, food is involved in every aspect of our lives. So that's our celebrations, our dates, our business meetings. Why is that? Why is food such a ritualistic thing that we do? But in some other countries or cultures, food, a siesta in Spain, food is such a big deal where they actually take a period off for everybody to have time to eat, lunch, do whatever. But in America and maybe some other countries, it's very fast paced. You're eating in your car, you grab a granola bar, you're on the run. So food isn't not necessarily as important, but we've taken for granted what it actually is, and we value convenience over quality. And so there's a dynamic there that I touch on. And so number 3, all food is sourced from plants at some point. So even the animals that we do eat have eaten plants. And so that's a common vegan pitch where the carnivores are regular, and I'm not gonna say regular people, but people who eat a meat-based diet and everything, they're just oh, well, I need to eat a lot of animals because it has a lot of protein and protein makes you strong. And then the vegans are yo, but animals eat plants, so what now? And I'm well, it can go either way. It really depends on your morale or whatever you want to look into it, but vegans are low-key right. That's all food that we eat comes from plants. And that goes into number 4, what I was talking about, that we consider a lot of different things as food. Fungi plays a role into food that we eat, mushrooms and things like that. Also bacteria, we're able to have a molecular engineering of food now with yeast, and be able to utilize it to make breads, which make air pockets so bread can rise, and all these little fun things that we can kind of do now with food to change the molecular structure. Even with bacteria for the fermentation process of making wine and beer and kombucha and cheeses, how milk, bacteria and then turns into cheese and stuff. That's something that we've evolved as humans, which is really cool. And number 5, it's the last one, so I'm wrapping up here, but food is the gas that we need to get going. So pay attention to what you're actually eating. So like, just like your car, like the quality of gas you put in your car, I'm sure cheaper is better, like whatever it may be for like the short time period, but over a long time period, that kind of deteriorates your body, your car, and like it's not as great and not as good in the long run to function, and it actually has long-term effects. So just pay attention to what you're eating, and thanks for watching my short little clip. I just wanted to share that with you guys. But yeah, Precious the Foodie, you can check out my podcast. Bye guys, love you.